All right, I've got a quick video today, and I apologize for doing this in my shop, but this is kind of time sensitive, so I wanted to get it out there quick. This video, we're going to discuss what I think is the best bargain adventure bike new for 2024. A couple of things though, there's no free lunch. This is not the bike for everybody, and not everybody in every market is going to be able to find one of these. But for some of you who are looking for a new bike and a good deal, I think you'll be able to scoop one of these up and be very happy with it. First off, what's an adventure bike? To my mind, an adventure bike is kind of what the standard motorcycle used to be. All right, it's a bike you can come home on a Friday afternoon, say, and load up your camping gear, head out on the highway, do a couple of hours, dive off into the mountains on some Forest Service roads, maybe do some very light trail riding, all comfortably and with good reliability. All right, I'm not talking about a bike that you throw in the back of your truck and take to the ORV park or go do some single track on. We're talking about a good commuter everyday riding bike that's capable of light off-road and dirt road riding. All right, so with that out of the way, I kind of stumbled on this when I was doing some window shopping, and I wanted to see what you should be expecting to pay for shipping charges on motorcycles. And if you go to the manufacturer's website, a lot of time, if you dig around, you can find what they suggest that the dealerships should be charging. But the dealerships actually set the final price. Anyways, with that out of the way, what I noticed was one of the manufacturers had some very heavy discounts for 2023 models. $1,000 off MSRP discount. Now, if you're talking a sub $10,000 bike, take $1,000 off, that's looking kind of interesting. But I was wondering myself, who's got these laying around? I did some calling, did some looking around, and I found within 2 hours of me, there's actually a couple of shops that had a few of these bikes in, and I asked for some out-the-door quotes. And yeah, the Kawasaki KLR 650. Oh, all right, for those of you that stuck around, yeah, it's underpowered, it's heavy, it's not the best bike in the world, but you cannot argue with the fact that it's a good do-it-all bike for a lot of people. And these bikes are everywhere. And that's kind of the problem. Between 19 and 23, thereabouts, when we had a very limited selection of motorcycles, most shops that I went to had a couple of KLR 650s on the showroom floor. And they were overpriced and they were charging maximum that they could get out of them, but at least it was something to buy. And I think now what you've got is a lot of those people that didn't really have a choice in what they were buying are now trading and selling off for the bikes that they really wanted. So you've got two things going on. We're not going to get into the whole financial politics side of the stuff. In this instance right now, what we've got going on is you got a huge, in my area anyways, you got a huge market for used bikes. There's a lot of used KLRs coming up for sale in my area, like a lot of them. And that makes it really hard for new bikes to sell because, you know, people are generally shopping on the websites and stuff, and you're coming across these. There's some very, very good deals on used bikes. For those of you looking for a new bike, there's some very good deals on some new bikes. So what I was able to find and get some quotes for were prices that were very competitive with what some people are charging for Gen 3 used bikes. So we're talking they're waiving their customary setup fees or heavily discounting them. They're waiving and heavily discounting the shipping fees, and they're just absolutely slashing the MSRP price. So you can get basically a fully loaded 2023 for less than a stock standard entry-level model if that's what you're after. There you go. In any case, let me know what you think. Is this a bike you're interested in? Are you just looking for a good deal? maybe it's a good tide over bike. It's a good entry level bike in my mind. I've had a couple of them, and it's a good bike for your last bike or your one bike. But it's also a very good bike to hang on to and ride while you're waiting for another bike to come out or whatever. Anyways, let me know in the comments what your thoughts are. I'd be interested to hear that. And I'd also be interested to hear what you're seeing in your area locally, because I know each market's going to be somewhat different. We do have a lot of KLRs, a lot of dual sports and adventure style bikes in my area. I live smack dab in between two very, very popular BDR routes. So we see a lot of these types of bikes, very popular. Anyways, that's about it. Don't want to ramble on any longer. Let me know what you think, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.